What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 24th Annual Garden State Film Festival. We are live streaming at the beautiful Berkeley Oceanfront Hotel at the Shared New Year's Podcast Lounge. My name is Ming Chen.
CJ.
Eric Ascalon.
And we have more filmmakers here, everybody. I think this is the last film that we're going to talk about.
It, right?
We've had a great weekend here, but you guys
on the 40th interview here?
43, 44, I lost count. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of great films, but a lot of great filmmakers. We're here with a really amazing one. Could you please introduce yourself and the name of your film? I'll start over here.
Sure. My name is Ramy Gangarosa. I'm the director of Marilyn's Dark Paradise.
And I am Jason Palsy, and I am the composer of Marilyn's Dark Paradise.
Amazing. Can you tell us about Marilyn's Dark Paradise? We just did a quick lookout. It's a genre, time travel, dark humor, biographical. But can you please tell us about it?
Sure. It's 10 years in the making. So it's a film that I started in 2016. And, you know, the circumstances behind how the film started were not the greatest. So my brother Tony was... interestingly enough, he was in Atlantic City here, and he got hit by a drunk driver, and he survived. Wow. But while he was in his coma, you know, I had been writing this time travel film for a very long time, and I had not, I had not brought it to fruition. And it just so happens, when I was trying to get my mind off of things, Netflix was... they were premiering the 7-Year Itch, and so they were advertising it. And I had lived in Los Angeles before. I'm from Buffalo, New York. But my friends in Chicago, is where I live now, always knew me as like the Hollywood guy. But if I'm the Hollywood guy, how is it that I don't know Marilyn Monroe? I've never seen a Marilyn film before.
Right.
No. So then I saw the 7-Year Itch, and I had never had this experience before. When Marilyn comes on the screen, it is magnetic. It was like this sixth sense. She like oozes out of the screen. I'm like, now I get it. Who is this person?
Yeah.
So I started to study up on Marilyn, and
did you ever stay at the Roosevelt Hotel?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah. They got their famous mirror there. But yeah. So then when my brother Tony woke up from his coma, and I was telling him, you know what I had experienced when I had saw Marilyn. He said, Ramy, you've been talking about making a film forever. Either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. Mm-hmm. And so as I started to study up on Marilyn, there's so much that is behind Marilyn's story that you normally don't see in films. And I said, wow, there's so much material here. And the films always focus on conspiracy theories and all that kind of nonsense. But Marilyn as a human being is a story.
Yes.
And so that is how that started. And it took 10 years to make a short film.
Amazing. Amazing.
Great.
And how you premiered here, or you screened here?
So the film actually didn't screen at the Garden State. So the focus here was Jason's music and his composition.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so Jason here won Best Composition from a Short Film here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's one of those awards that they give ahead of, like they say you won ahead of time, so everybody knows that he won.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's a spoiler alert.
Yeah,
but
I literally flew. I flew across the country to get an award, walk across the stage, and say thank you. That's it. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, you got to be here for that, though. Yeah, that's amazing. But you completed. Has it been going to other film festivals?
Mm-hmm.
How's the reception been?
I think it's been very well. It's especially with the Maryland community, who they've had so many years, 60 plus years of these retelling of Maryland's story and not focusing on the details. And when you have 10 years to put something together, my biggest focus was the details, which is why it took so long. But I think it's very rewarding for me to hear these real Maryland fans who understand every single detail or every single photo of Maryland, each pixel.
Right.
How is it ingrained in the memories of the cultural United States? I think I pulled it off. At least that's what they tell me, so I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, for sure. Game changer for sure.
So how did you come in with the music?
Yeah.
Oh. How did I come in with it?
Yeah, like how did it just...
how did it evolve?
So we have a mutual friend, Rob, who introduced us, 7 years ago?
About 7 years ago, yep.
So it took you 7 years for the music?
Yeah. Actually, here I am too. I've dedicated quite a bit of time to this. But no, we met through a friend, and Ramy actually initially asked me to do the trailer only, right? Yeah. What happened? It was a long time ago. So I did the trailer, and then Ramy was like, "Hey, can you do another song?" And I went, "Yeah, let's do another song." And then it snowballed into, "Can you do another one?"
Right.
You want to do the whole movie? And I went, "Sure. Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah, it's like, you've come this far.
Yeah, I might as well.
Can you go a little farther?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And does it come naturally to you, composing music?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I've said this so many times, and this for me, this happens a lot. Is I dream about melodies all the time.
So it comes to you while you're sleeping.
Yeah. I had
or while you're daydreaming, or just
exactly.
out of nowhere.
I had a sensei a long time ago for kung fu.
Yeah.
I know it sounds dorky, but
No, not
at all.
No. First of all, we love kung fu movies. Two, I'm
perfect.
Asian, so
nice.
we invented that stuff, man. So yeah,
like Cobra Kai. And
we love
Karate Kid. So.
But my sensei at the time said, if you want to get good at anything, do it in your sleep. And I was like, man, great idea. So I literally did that. So anytime I go to bed thinking of melodies, and I'll wake up and I'll run out to the studio and press record. And
right.
Sometimes I go to it later on. I'm like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
So dumb.
So when he asks you, can you do this for the film, or do you get to see footage first and do it, or you just, this is the information, here's the script, make the music?
Yeah, where's your jumping off
way?
point? Where's your starting point, I guess? Or where's your ideal starting point?
Ideally is definitely having a picture in front of me, seeing it. Because when I do compose, every movement, like if a hand goes like this, I send the music off to the right with the movement of the hand.
Yeah.
And so, I love seeing the picture and then composing around it and bringing the emotion out. I have done movies. I score for film and TV in LA. And I have done films where they said, we need 3 minutes of this.
Right.
I'm like, cool.
And it's a vague
picture.
description, or?
Yeah, very vague.
Right.
I've also had people say, can you make it sound orange? I'm like, what is orange sound
orange, like I know the flavor.
Yeah,
but
exactly. So
orange.
I've been playing piano for 39 years now. So I'll sit with the director and be like, is this orange? And he'll go, yeah, no,
That's
not
more
orange.
blue.
And I go,
I'm
yeah,
like,
it's like
what?
a bluish purple. And I go, is this orange? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, thank God. We did it.
I was like, what are you talking about? Like, do I have to drop? Do you want me to drop acid? Is that how I do it?
Exactly.
Well, you could not have done it without seeing the film, because the film's a silent film.
Yeah.
So the language
Oh,
of the
wow,
film
okay.
is the music.
Yeah.
So in the absence of that, it would not have worked. And really telling Marilyn's story comes in multiple facets.
Yeah.
But the music had to really feel like Marilyn. So Jason would not have. It wouldn't have worked without you seeing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So did he capture it? Did he capture your vision?
He did capture my vision. He's an incredible composer. There are some people who play instruments, right? And Jason's an amazing piano player, but he is also an incredible composer. And the fact that he could somehow make the music sound and feel like Marilyn, and then tell the story through the language of his music, how beautiful. I'm a very, very lucky human being that I got to meet him.
Yeah.
Because I had been working on the film for 3 years before I met him.
Mm-hmm.
And when our friend said, you need to meet Jason, I was like, Rob, no, that's okay. I think I've got it figured out, because I was going to get licensed music. And no, he kept pushing me. I'm like, all right, let me meet him.
Yeah.
So he plays piano at the Chateau Marmont.
Yep.
In Los Angeles.
No, that place.
Historic place.
Yeah, a little bit.
John Belushi. He may have just died there.
Yeah.
So I saw him playing there, and he played a song that I had never heard before that made me start crying at the piano. And I don't just cry out of nowhere.
No, especially on Sunset Boulevard at the Chateau. But
Exactly.
Well, maybe late at night, but
Yes, he says he doesn't during an interview.
Well, then I looked at Jason and I said, Jason, what? This is before we had known each other. And I said, Jason, what was that? And it was a song that he had made for his mother.
But yeah, it's called
And-
Mother's Waltz.
And he was able to pull that off, like telling the story of his mother through his music. And then it clicked. I was like, I think this guy can do justice for Marilyn.
Yeah.
And Marilyn deserves it.
so did someone play a Marilyn?
They did, yes. So
Gosh.
how do you cast
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe?
exactly.
Oh, my.
So this is my first film. I might argue maybe it's also my last film. I'm not sure. But I said if I was going to do it, I was going to go big. So that's why I decided to do a Marilyn Monroe film, because I don't know how much harder you can get than trying to tell a story that's been told, people think has been told so many times before. And finding the right actress was very important. You can't do the film if you don't have the right person
Yeah.
who can embody Marilyn. And I had seen actually a clip of my lead actress, Stephanie Stewart, online, but there was no description of who she was, and I couldn't find who she was. So I said, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to keep crafting things about the film, and eventually she's going to materialize.
She'll appear.
And then she did, and so I reached out to her and I told her what I was doing, and it was before I decided it was going to be this big thing. And she liked the idea, and she jumped on, and she's a Marilyn tribute artist that used to also work at Universal Studios.
Yeah. Oh, so
in
she's
Hollywood.
in.
She's in. And when you look at the film, I have people come to me like, I've never seen this footage of Marilyn. Where'd you get that from?
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, it's not footage of Marilyn. That's Stephanie.
I shot that. That's
It's really cool. Yeah.
That's incredible. So, what a story! 10 years in the making. The whole journey is really awesome.
Well, the ending of it's even crazier. I was with Jason right when we had just finished the film, and he was playing, and I was with a friend of mine, and we got in a car ourselves in Los Angeles right when I finished the film, and my car got hit by a drunk driver. I was in an Uber, so you probably can't see this here. I can't feel some parts of my face because I just had surgery, my last surgery a couple weeks ago. But my film is bookended with drunk driver here, drunk driver here, and everything in the middle.
Wow.
So it's very weird that happened. And it's very weird for me to be back in New Jersey. This just like clicked while I was sitting here that first event happened when my brother was in New Jersey.
Yeah, in
Atlantic
AC.
City, yeah.
And you're both in LA now?
No, so I'm in Chicago.
Chicago, okay.
Yeah, he's in LA.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Can we see you playing at that same place?
The Chateau?
The Chateau, yeah. I've been there for 100 years.
Ah.
That's my other, I always call it my other living room. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've just been I sit there 3 times a week, sometimes just playing for everyone.
I mean, it's such a
So I go
historic.
out to LA a lot.
Yeah.
I'd go right by it.
Yeah.
Come by sometime.
Yeah, it's a cool place for sure. What's the future for the film?
I think we just keep it in the circuits. This is Marilyn's. I was joking around a couple years ago. At the rate I'm going, I'm not going to release this film until Marilyn's birthday, 100th birthday, and it just so happens that that's exactly what happened. So
wow.
Marilyn turns 100 on June 1st of this year,
Wow.
and right before that, we have a special screening at the Egyptian Theater in Los Angeles in a partnership with Julian's Auctions.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
They're doing something
Are they-
really special. for
Yeah,
Marilyn.
are they auctioning her items?
Yes, yep. They're going to have a 100th celebration auction for Marilyn right around her birthday, which is cool. And they're going to play her film Niagara.
Yeah.
And then our film will screen
Oh,
right
that's
after
great.
that.
So
at the
you're-
Egyptian.
that's amazing.
And we
Yeah.
recreated some shots from Niagara, so people will see Niagara, and then they'll see the way we recreated it. We flew out to
Wow.
Niagara Falls and filmed, and we actually had to make it feel like it was the summer, but it was in November.
Oh, it's freezing.
cold.
Yeah, especially in Niagara Falls.
The
Yeah.
water splashing in the camera, like the things we did to get the right shots are insane.
You're filmmakers. You what you got to do to get the shots and the
Yep.
footage and everything you need. That's amazing.
That is
Thank you.
awesome.
That's amazing. Well done, my friends. Congratulations.
Thank you so
on
much.
the
Appreciate it.
victory, the award.
Thank you.
And we'll be looking for more stuff from you guys. soon.
cheers.
Cool.
Yeah, the song. Can we hear that anywhere or?
Yeah, it's on. I think it's on the Garden State YouTube channel.
played
Oh, cool.
right?
And they can
Okay.
play it.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Or we're gonna check
Right
that out.
now you
So-
can. Well, you,
Please do.
you can't know. It's
Yeah.
too
Awesome.
We're out
Yeah.
of it.
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah,
Thank you for
coming over
having
here.
us.
And
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone who sees this, Jason Pelsey, best composer in the world. If anyone is looking for a composer for their short film and they want the best of the best and someone to be able to tell the story, here he is. This is a
Award
guy.
for it from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you're in LA, there's the Maryland event at the Egyptian.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah, exactly.
July.
When is that? When's the
It's going to
birthday?
be
June-
May
December.
30th,
May
I
30th.
think. Somewhere, I think that's the date. But yeah, and thank you to Garden State Film Festival and you guys for having us.
Oh,
How
yeah,
cool
no,
is this?
No, thank you even more for being
Yeah.
here, my friends.
Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome.
I think that's our last one,
That's
man.
it.
That's thank
right.
you guys for joining us. And Ed Shin, everybody. Ed Shin, everybody.
Yeah, come in. You gotta.
Get in here, guys.
Ed is the martini. He's always the last shot at these things after a long weekend. So, if you were here at the festival, thank you for attending. If you've been watching, get over here next year, my friends. This is 25th It'll be the 25th anniversary, the 25th
Yeah,
edition next year.
25th anniversary,
Yeah,
quarter century, and submissions for next year are going to start in May.
May,
So,
all right. Make that film and submit, everybody. But thank you guys for joining us. You guys have been great. Again, GSFF.org all year. Make a donation, become a sponsor, or just find out all about next year's festival. But
Make
year
more
24,
movies.
I think this is it, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next year.
25.